Good morning. My name is Paulo Pereira. I'm representing Lithuanian partner Mykolas Romeris University in the project InBestSoil, funded by Horizons Europe. Four land uses in this case study: the grassland, the lawn, the urban garden, and the urban forest, to identify the effects of this the land use on soil properties, and how this can affect the ecosystem service supplied by these places. So one of the things important on these projects is to see what is the areas or the soils that can have the higher capacity to supply services, and to see which there is the better soil condition to this and the worst condition to soil to this. In this context, we selected the urban park that theoretically is the area with the better soil conditions, and the lawn, and the way it should be the lowest conditions. So in this case, we want to confirm this hypothesis if the areas that supply lower services are in the lawns, and the highest in the urban forest and urban park. So, but for this, we carried out several samplings, and we made some kind of drone analysis to identify if this hypothesis is confirmed. Well, the boreal areas have different characteristics, but here in the urban areas, the most important are the management, because these soils are heavily impacted by humans. So the effect of the climate exists, true, but these soils are created by humans, so the main processes are likely driven by this fact. A part of these soils being techno-soils, the intense management also increases an additional pressure to have an impact on ecosystem services. So, although the biome can have an important influence, we hypothesize that management have a higher influence than the biome. Okay, so the main difference is that they are heavily impacted by human activities. Well, compared to agricultural soils, they're also impacted by human activities, but in this case, they are subjected to higher pressures, such as pollution, a high amount of microplastics, heavy metals, and all kinds of emergent contaminants that may affect these places. In addition, these are soils that, since they are heavily polluted, there might be very high toxicity, and this can have impacts on the plant development, but also on human health, because if people live in the cities and they go, like the children, go to play on these soils, likely they can be affected and can get diseases because of this. So, from this point of view, the urban soils are very particular, because first of all, they are created by humans. They are not created by natural process, and this is have a different kind of evolution, because it's not only the plant material and the climate and the topography, but also a huge impact of the human activities that, of course, have a very important influence on the development of these soils. The most important thing is that we have a proper management. And when I say proper management, is that in the case of our areas, that reduces the mowing of the grass, reducing the pollution of the people that doing recreation there, but also monitoring if these soils are really affected by heavy metals that are and other kind of contaminants that can come from the cars. So the issue is that it's important to make a monitoring process of these soils if they are really in a good health status and they can supply ecosystem services in good conditions and quality. Okay, so in the case of urban gardens, the gardeners absolutely have a good practices to maintain soil health because they have an interest for food production. But in the case of the other soils, of the grass soil, lawn soil, and the urban forest soil, this interest does not exist. So the management is more aggressive with the tractors, and also with the cutting the grass with the very short periodicity. This is an important thing that harm the soils. So important is that we can revert this situation and help the soils to supply better services. Of course, this could come with some trade-offs because people cut the grass for some reason, for aesthetical reasons, but also for reduce the potential development of ticks. So the issue is that you have to find a balance between the soils achieve or supply a number of important ecosystem service, but also that people not be exposed to such diseases. So it's important to find a balance here that needs to be achieved by speaking with the stakeholders. We know that these areas, actually, the lawn, we have good results from the lawn. That is the area where the soil services are apparently less than in the other areas. So our hypothesis theoretically is confirmed. The issue is that we found also that the management and intensive management have a negative impact on the services. So we've developed some methodologies here, and that can be implemented in other case studies or in other projects, and this will help us to improve the knowledge of soil ecosystem services. So we developed already some methodologies. We know that the lawn is the best, but to our surprise, we see also that the agricultural areas are the best areas because of the management that enhances the soil properties. So this is a good surprise because we thought that agricultural areas, because they have more managers, likely they have a lower soil service capacity supply compared with the other areas. Above all, one of the important things is that we could engage the stakeholders in the process of participating in the development of the project. And this was a very challenging thing because normally persons are not willing to engage on this. So this was a very big challenge. Another important issue is that we developed different methodologies to assess ecosystem services that can be applied in other realms and in urban areas that can be transferred. Another milestone that we have, that we can develop good business models that could serve the decision makers to understand the importance of the soil for the services supplied the services to be supplied in urban areas. We are still want to achieve that milestone because we did not present still the final results. So the project are not in the final phase. So we still not got that. From my point of view, the soil health is the key for well-being, because from the soil come different services that are important for us. So from the soil starts everything, and from the soil starts everything, we understand that we need to take care of soil health, then produce a cascade of positive things to us, improve our well-being. The primary objective is that we can expand the area of this lighthouse, and we can embrace more people, that you can embrace more areas of study, that you have a better understanding of the different ecosystem services supplied by urban soils and how they can support people's well-being. So one of the primary objectives is that we can develop the area to get more knowledge and more information